coming. We need to encourage each other to be ready for his coming again. Mommy. Indeed, to long for it. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Oh, come, let us adore him. Christ the
Lord will be on his shoulder, and he will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government and peace there will be no end. He will reign on David's throne and over his kingdom.
O come, Emmanuel, and ransom captive Israel, that mourns in lonely exile here, until the Son of God appears.
Rejoice.
Rejoice, rejoice, Emmanuel shall come to you.
This was the first census that took place while Quirinius was governor of Syria, and everyone went to his own town to register. So Joseph also was her firstborn, a son. She wrapped him in cloths and placed him in a manger, because there was no room for them in the inn. And there were shepherds living out in the fields nearby, keeping watch over their flocks at night. An angel of the Lord appeared to them, and the glory of the Lord shone around them, and they were terrified. But the angel said to them, "Do not be afraid. I bring you good news."
Haste, haste to bring him not the babe, the Son of Mary. So bring him incense, gold, and myrrh, come pleasant King to own him, the King of Kings.
Is taken from the book of Luke, chapter 2, verses 25 to 38. Now there was a man in Jerusalem called Simeon, who was righteous and devout. He was waiting for the consolation of Israel, and the Holy Spirit was upon him. It had been revealed to him by the Holy Spirit that he would not die before he had seen the Lord's Christ. Moved by the Spirit, he went into the temple courts. When the parents brought in the child Jesus to do for him
In sin and error dying, till he appeared, and the soul felt its worth. A new and glorious morn, fall on your knees. Oh,
But when the time had fully come, God sent his Son, born of a woman, born under the law, to redeem those under the law, that we might receive the full rights of sons. Because you are sons, God sent the Spirit of his Son into our hearts, the Spirit who calls out, Abba, Father. So you are no longer a slave, but a son. It came, and it was magnificent. My boys, summer, winter, spring, and fall, love water balloons. Now, water balloons aren't all that great in the winter time, but they love the water balloons. And they go into we live on the side of a cliff, basically. And there's 3 stories below us. And the living area is kind of on the door, and they'll get out on that upper deck. And then they'll chuck that thing over that upper deck, and they'll watch and watch until it splats on the bottom. And they rejoice in the fullest of time. That water balloon splats, and it's something to behold. Paul was saying something like that when he penned these words. He knew that with the birth of Jesus, the world's longings and the world's sufferings had come to a boiling point. You couldn't hold them back anymore. God had promised long ago. In fact, God had promised when the earth had fallen, God had promised that there would be one day that there would be a Redeemer who would come. And he promised that to Abraham, Isaac, and to Jacob, and he reaffirmed all those things. And he promised it to David. And it had been 1,000 years since David's reign in Israel. And the weary world was wondering, when would this Redeemer come? And in the fullness of time, Paul tells us that Jesus came in the fullness of time, because redemption must come. The people were ready.
To every home, hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw all cares away, Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold, ding dong ding dong, that is their song, with joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they pound, raising good sound, o'er youth and dear, telling the dear, gaily they ring, while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Merry, 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 merry Christmas. Merry, 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 merry Christmas.
Virgin Mother and Child, Holy Infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace. Sleep in heavenly peace.
John 1, 1